Hello everyone, Ben here, and welcome to swing state analysis for the state of New Hampshire, which was actually supposed to be last week's video, or last week's swing state analysis, but I kind of messed that up, and yeah, I kind of messed that up, and well, what we're looking at is New Hampshire. Now, New Hampshire doesn't really do it by county. They do it by township, but whatever. What we've got is what we've got here on the New York Times. And if we look at the margins, anything within 10 is this lightest color. So that's the overwhelming majority of the state. And then you've got one county that is fairly wide margin for Trump, and two that are pretty wide margins for Clinton, and they're all about the same size, and yeah. And if we go back to the state, well, this is what it looks like. And New Hampshire was the closest state in 2016. What is that? 20-something hundred. It was less than 3,000. 2,800 votes, it looks like, total across the entire state. And that's kind of indicative of New Hampshire. It is a swing state, but it hasn't voted red since 2000. So it's kind of like that blue-leaning swing state that it's just a swing state that votes blue most of the time, but it's always been, it's mostly been extremely close the entire time. And if you look at the state level, it's swingy there too. If we look at the change from 2012, the entire state did move towards the Republicans by a decent margin in some places and less in others. Except it looks like, did Nashua move left? No, that's just the mark they're using for the, But if we look, the entire place moved to the left, or not to the left, sorry, to the Republicans. And of course, there's almost no lead in any of these places. Wow, apologies about that. So, yeah, very close state. And that's how it's going to be. And if we look at, and if we go back, I showed to where I looked at the 2016 vote margin by two-party share, this state was slightly more Republican, if I remember correctly. About the same amount Republican as it was in 2000. So there's really been no swing. It votes essentially like the nation as a whole, but slightly more Republican. But it's weird because it only voted Republican once. So, in a 50-50 election, the Republicans should be expected to win the state. But I don't know, with some of the things Trump has said about the region, New Hampshire specifically, where he said it was a drug-infested den due to the opioids crisis, I'm not entirely certain that he's going to be able to pull it out in this state for whatever reason. Though his New Hampshire approval rating is better than his national, who knows? That's my honest belief, is who knows? So, I know this is a short video, but there's not really much to talk about in New Hampshire. I'm going to lean it towards the Democrats just because of Trump's comments about the state, because I think that's the most reasonable thing to do. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a nice day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for something, whatever the scheduled video is for tomorrow.